My parents finally noticed I exist after 17 years, and I made them realize what they lost. For my entire life, my parents have been completely obsessed with my disabled brother. Every single conversation, every family dinner, every school event, every moment of their attention, it was all about him. I became a ghost in my own house, invisible and forgotten. When I tried to tell them about making varsity soccer freshman year, they literally shushed me because my brother was having a meltdown about his food touching on his plate. When I got accepted to 3 different colleges with scholarship offers, they were too busy driving him to therapy appointments to even read the letters. When I won academic awards, they'd nod absently while helping him with his homework. I learned to stop trying to get their attention. My bedroom is right next to theirs, and I'd hear them every night talking about my brother's progress, his needs, his future. Never once did they mention me. I felt like a stranger living in someone else's house. At family gatherings, relatives would ask about my brother's therapy, his school progress, his milestones. When they'd ask about me, my parents would give vague answers because they genuinely didn't know. Last month, my brother went to a residential care facility for the first time ever. Suddenly, my parents wanted to play happy family. They started cooking elaborate dinners and asking me to join them. They made what they thought were my favorite foods, except they had absolutely no idea what I actually liked. They served me mushroom pasta when I've been allergic to mushrooms since I was 5. They asked about my classes like they hadn't completely ignored my honor roll certificates sitting on the kitchen counter for years. They wanted to know about my friends, my interests, my plans, information they could have learned anytime in the past 17 years if they'd bothered to ask. Mom even tried to log into my school portal, but realized she'd never set up an account. The breaking point came when they found out about my senior night soccer game. They insisted on coming, saying they wanted to finally support me and be there for this important moment. When we arrived at the field, I could see them looking around confused. They had no idea where to sit, what to expect, or even what position I played. Other parents came up to congratulate them on having such an amazing son. When they announced the senior players and called my name as team captain, I ran onto the field. I could see the shock and confusion on their faces from the bleachers. They had no clue I was captain. They didn't know I'd been playing varsity for 4 years. They didn't even know my jersey number was 10 or that I played midfielder. During the game, I scored 2 goals and had 3 assists. The crowd was chanting my name. My teammates lifted me up after we won. College scouts were talking to my coach about my recruitment prospects. Local news reporters wanted interviews, and my parents just sat there in stunned silence, watching their son excel at something they knew absolutely nothing about. The coach gave a speech about how I'd been the heart of the team for 4 years, how I'd overcome adversity, how I was getting a full ride to state. Everything my parents were hearing for the first time. After the game, my mom came running up with tears streaming down her face, saying how proud she was and how sorry they were for missing so much of my life. She kept repeating how incredible I was, how she had no idea I was this talented, this accomplished, this respected. I looked at her, still in my sweaty uniform, holding my Player of the Game award, and said the words that I knew would haunt her forever. You didn't miss it, Mom. You chose to ignore it. Every game, every award, every moment. You were invited to all of it. You just never cared enough to show up. The silence was deafening. My dad tried to say something about how hard things had been with my brother, how they were doing their best under impossible circumstances. Other parents managed to care about all their kids. I said, you just decided one of yours wasn't worth the effort. 17 years. And this is the first time you've seen me play. That's not missing it. That's abandoning it.